So if you've ever dreamed of taking a solo road trip, but you worried about safety, you're not alone. The phrase solo road trip safety, it gets Googled or searched on YouTube thousands of times every single month because so many women are interested and so many women want the freedom of the open road, but they're held back by fear. In my business, I correspond with thousands of women every week who are interested in solo travel, and they share a lot of their concerns as well as their victories with me. So I put together this video with them in mind, and you. I'm sharing their 5 biggest fears about solo road trip safety and some simple ways to prepare so that you can travel with confidence and focus on the freedom and the joy of the journey. So here's the thing. You can plan your way right out of those fears and exchange them for confidence. Ultimately, the goal is wonder and not worry. Hey, I'm Bing from Wonder Bing Travel, and in the last several years, Lexi, my golden retriever, and I have solo road trip together over 70,000 miles and into 48 different states. We're not wasting any time today. Let's go right to fear number 1, which is car trouble. Yes, this one tops the list along with the number 2 because our cars are our lifeline. They are our everything when we are solo road tripping. They are your shelter, they are your safe haven, they're your wheels, they're your home, and they're your ride. And none of us like to think about what would happen if something goes really wrong. There are so many things I can tell you, but the number 1 tip, it may also be a pretty obvious one, is to take your car to a trusted mechanic, no matter how new your car is, or how old, or how many miles on it. I have friends who have over 350,000 miles on their SUVs and they're still going strong. Take it to a mechanic. Have them check your battery. Have them check your brakes for sure. Your tire tread, have them rotate and balance your tires, make sure that your oil is changed. They have a list of all the things that need to be done, topping off all those fluids, and will give you any advice and share any concerns if they have any about your car. Be sure to tell them that you're about to embark on a long trip. Tell them how far you're going and where you're going. I have to tell you that this year, I didn't do that. I don't have a bad story to tell you, thank goodness, but I can tell you this, and that's that the whole time I was driving on my 8,000 miles, in the back of my head was, I should have gotten my car checked out. But I ran out of time, and I left in a hurry, and I just didn't do it. So for peace of mind, if nothing else, get your car completely checked out before you go. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Tied for number 1 in importance, and that is your personal safety. So this is absolutely a common universal fear for women who are traveling on their own. But I think that we can easily move that out of the fear column and into the confidence column with some preparation, because it's really easy to just think about all those what ifs. We could spend hours talking about how to prepare for all the kinds of different scenarios, but let me just give you one tip for the moment. Whatever your greatest fears are, whatever it is that you're scared of, sit down in the comfort of your own home and write down solutions to that. If you're afraid of someone approaching you in a way that scares you, think about what you would do. What can you do to be proactive and know before you ever leave home exactly how you imagine handling that situation, right down to a little script that maybe you even have memorized of what you would say to somebody. This will give you great peace of mind, and you can fill in the blank with whatever it is that your fear may be. So building confidence on a solo road trip is something that you need. I shared a lot more about that in the video that I just recently did. You'll see it linked here, so go ahead and check it out. It's called Solo and Confident. Okay, these first 2 fears are so common, and they can feel really overwhelming until you realize that preparation is the key, and that honestly that's the key to all of this. And that's why I put together a guide called the Super Simple Guide to Road Trip Safety, because it will walk you through practical steps and drill down more from where our starting point is today so that you can have peace before you go. And the link is below. And if you're watching before my upcoming live workshop, that same link will also let you sign up for From Fear to Freedom. It's your personal guide to confident solo travel, where we're going to go into strategies that will take you from fear to confidence to freedom. All right, let's go right into number 3, and that is, what if you don't have cell service? It absolutely can and probably will happen to you at some point on a solo road trip, especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere as I often am, because that's where I like to be. So while there are products out there, they're a little bit pricey, but products that will be satellite driven, that you can make sure that you're always connected. It is possible, but for the average person, that's probably not something that you're going to explore. Now, if you're going to be off-grid for a long period of time, then that's something you should look into. But for those of us who are maybe camping where there's no service for a night or two, or hiking, then there are some other practical things that we can do at much less expense or free. So if you have the AllTrails app, you can download your hiking trails ahead of time. You can download offline maps off of your phone if you know where you're going to be. And by all means, make sure that you have paper maps. In terms of emergency situations, gosh, we could talk about that so much, and I don't say that because it's scary. There's just so much that you can do to prepare. So I guess I'd plug my safety guide there as well, and maybe my workshop too. But there are so many things that you can do with your phone, especially, to set yourself up for safety in emergency situations. One quick tip I will give you is make sure that you're sharing your route or sharing your destination or sharing your location with one or two loved ones. I am always sharing with my children, and that way they can always see where I am. And even if you are in a place where you may not have service, an app like Find My iPhone will still show my kids where I am, if not exactly, then very, very close. And that gives me peace of mind. Another fear that women share with me is that they are concerned about weather and the impacts of that on their trip. Obviously, we cannot control the weather, so we have to be prepared for it instead. I'm not here to talk to you about layers of clothing and all of that right now, but more, what is it that you can do to look ahead and know what's on the horizon, or at least have a pretty good idea on your specific route? Because I think that's the thing that scares a lot of people, is that they're going to be driving across, let's say, several states, and it's hard to figure out, like, what's the weather going to be like in 6 hours in this place and whatever. Let me just tell you, there's a great app called Drive Weather, and I'll put the link to another video here because I reviewed it along with some other great road tripping apps, so I'll put that here as well. But Drive Weather is a free app where you can put your route in, and it will tell you the weather along that route, anticipating the time that you're going to be driving through. So you plug in your information, and it helps you figure out if you need to adjust your route, or if there are any warning signs, or if you're free and clear to go. All right, the fifth and final one is actually the driving itself. So for a lot of women, especially if they're just starting out with solo travel, a lot of times in their lives, other people have been the drivers, or they've been the drivers, but they've got kids in the back and they're never really on their own. So going off, especially for a long period of time by yourself, I think women have some concerns about the long hours potentially, their own stamina, as well as their confidence in driving. There's a lot you can do to set yourself up and feel more confident on the road. And I think the number one tip is just that don't allow what you anticipate a road trip should look like to define yours. And what I mean by that is, if you just want to drive 1 hour a day, or you're only comfortable driving 2 or 3 hours, then that's what you should do. A solo road trip doesn't mean you have to fill up your car and drive as many miles as you possibly can on any given day. I mean, I usually road trip for 4 or 5 weeks during the summer, and there are some days I don't go anywhere at all, and there are days where maybe I'm only meandering for an hour or two. Now, there are days where I'm putting in the longer haul too, but I know myself, I know my body, I know what it takes to recover from that, because driving does take recovery. The older you get, the more recovery it takes. It is true. But you just have to find a schedule that works for you and not let anyone else's expectations dictate what you think a solo road trip should look like. It's your trip, not anybody else's. Also, the goal is to wonder. It's not to worry. So pacing yourself actually just helps you enjoy the ride. So those are the 5 fears that come up the most often when women are talking about solo road trip safety. But here's the truth. The fear doesn't mean that you can't or that you shouldn't travel. And I think for so many women, they just think that it's scary and they stop right there. It's like a wall goes up. No, tear down the wall. It just means that you need preparation and then you need a plan. And once you've equipped yourself mentally and practically, then you can get to what the journey is all about: freedom, wonder, and joy. I have lots of resources that can help you. I already mentioned the road trip safety guide. You can grab that in the link below. And if you're seeing that before the live workshop, and the workshop's totally free, by the way, I'd love for you to join me there too. I also have a book called There's Wonder Around the Bend. It's an inspiring guide to solo road tripping, and it really will help women A to Z, from the couch to pulling out of the driveway, with everything that's needed, both mentally, physically, spiritually, to get ready to seek freedom and wonder on a solo road trip. Whichever avenue you choose to walk with me, you're going to walk away with tools that will help you feel prepared, confident, and ready to embrace the adventure. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you on the road.